Ladies and gentlemen, today I come to you not merely to inspire, but to ignite within you a fire that will never burn out. I have spent my life studying the greatest minds in history, the titans of industry, invention, and influence. And I am here to tell you, success is not a matter of luck nor of privilege. It is a science, governed by definite laws and available to all who dare to claim it. If you listen carefully and apply what you learn today, your life will change forever. Now let us begin the journey toward your true destiny, the power of definiteness of purpose. Success, my friends, begins with one foundational truth: definiteness of purpose. Without it, you are like a ship without a rudder, tossed by the winds of circumstance, drifting wherever the tides of life may take you. But when you possess a clear, definite aim, the very forces of the universe begin to conspire in your favor. Understand this: no man ever stumbled into greatness by accident. Every towering achievement, every empire built, every fortune amassed was first conceived in the mind as a clear and burning desire. It is not enough to wish for success. Wishes are fleeting. They rise and fall like the morning mist. But a definite purpose grips your soul, fuels your imagination, and moves you into action. Think of the great Andrew Carnegie. He did not become the Steel King by chance. He held a definite purpose so clear, so vivid, that nothing could sway him. When he faced obstacles, and he faced many, he did not falter. Why? Because his purpose was bigger than his fear. You must ask yourself, what is my definite major purpose? Not what society expects of you, not what others wish for you. What do you desire with such intensity that you are willing to dedicate your life to it? Once you define it, write it down, commit it to paper, burn it into your consciousness. Read it aloud every morning when you rise and every night before you sleep. Let it seep into the deepest parts of your mind until it becomes a living, breathing part of who you are. Remember this: thoughts become things. Every reality you see around you was once just a thought. Your destiny is shaped by the thoughts you choose to hold and the purposes you dare to claim. But know this: definiteness of purpose alone is not enough. It must be backed by an unshakable belief, a faith so strong that no temporary defeat can dislodge it. Many men fail because they allow fear, doubt, and the opinions of others to sway them from their path. They surrender their dreams at the first sign of resistance. But the man who achieves greatness understands that failure is nothing more than feedback. It is nature's way of refining your approach, strengthening your character, and testing your commitment. Think not of failure as an end, but as a teacher. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it sharpen your focus and deepen your resolve. When you fix your mind upon a definite purpose and refuse to let go, you summon a power within you greater than anything you have ever imagined. Opportunities you never saw before will begin to reveal themselves. People will appear who seem almost sent by divine intervention to assist you. Ideas will flood your mind with solutions, innovations, and strategies to propel you forward. This is no fantasy, no wishful thinking. It is the law of nature, the law of attraction, operating in harmony with the laws of success. You must become obsessed with your purpose. Let it dominate your thoughts. Speak of it, dream of it, act upon it, for what you focus on expands, and what you neglect withers. Think of Thomas Edison, toiling through thousands of failures before perfecting the electric light bulb. Had he not held a definite purpose, he would have given up after the first 100 defeats. Yet he pressed on, undeterred, because he knew that success was inevitable if he simply refused to quit. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement, but it must be fueled daily. You must fan the flames of desire, discipline your mind to reject all discouragement, and move forward with unwavering confidence. And let me caution you, do not share your purpose with the idle or the indifferent. Guard your dream as you would a precious seedling. for the careless words of others can trample it before it takes root. Seek out only those who will encourage you, lift you, and walk alongside you on your journey to greatness. Surround yourself with people who see in you what you sometimes fail to see in yourself. Choose your associations wisely, for their influence is powerful. Now, some may say, "But Mr. Hill, I do not know yet what my purpose is." To them, I say, start where you are. Begin with the interests and talents you possess today. Take inventory of your passions, your abilities, and your dreams. What ignites your spirit? What makes you forget the passing of time? What would you dare to do if you knew you could not fail? Within those answers lies the seed of your definite purpose. It may evolve over time, yes. It may grow and refine itself as you advance. That is natural. But commit now to choosing a direction and moving toward it with all the power of your mind and heart. The world does not reward the hesitant or the indecisive. It rewards the bold, those who dare to stake their claim, to plant their flag, to say, "This is my path, and I shall see it through." Remember, success is not reserved for the privileged few. It is not determined by your background, your education, or your circumstances. It is determined by the clarity of your vision and the intensity of your pursuit. You have within you right now the capacity for greatness. You have talents yet untapped, ideas yet unimagined, powers yet unleashed, but they will remain dormant until you take command of your life with a definite purpose. So today I challenge you, declare your purpose, write it, own it, commit your life to it. For the man with a definite purpose, backed by burning desire and unwavering faith, cannot be defeated. He may encounter obstacles, but he will never accept defeat. He may face delays, but he will never accept denial. And in time, perhaps sooner than you imagine, the world itself will bend to your will. Faith and persistence, the invisible power behind success. Now that you understand the power of definiteness of purpose, we must move to the second pillar, faith. Faith, my friends, is not merely belief. It is active, living belief. It is the power that transforms your thoughts into tangible reality. Without faith, your purpose is a lifeless idea, a ghost without substance. But with faith, that idea gains flesh, blood, and vitality. Faith is the state of mind that you must develop by willful effort. It does not appear by accident or favor. It is cultivated, nurtured, and strengthened through repetition and emotional conviction. Every time you affirm your purpose, every time you visualize your success, you are planting the seeds of faith deeper into your subconscious mind. Understand this great secret. Your subconscious mind accepts any thought you repeatedly feed it. It does not distinguish between truth or falsehood, good or bad. It simply acts upon the instructions you impress upon it through emotion and repetition. When you consistently hold thoughts of success backed by strong belief, your subconscious mind adopts those thoughts as reality and begins to work tirelessly, night and day, to bring them into existence. Think for a moment about Henry Ford. There were times when the entire world mocked him, doubted him, told him his ideas were foolish. Yet Ford held an unwavering faith in his vision. He once said, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." That simple statement reveals the power of faith. Faith gives you resilience when others doubt you. Faith gives you courage when obstacles rise against you. Faith whispers to you in the darkest nights, "Keep going. Your victory is near." But remember, faith alone is not enough. It must be paired with the twin virtue of persistence. Persistence is the ability to continue forward, even when every door seems closed, even when every effort seems to fail. It is the iron quality of men who refuse to be conquered. Many men start with great enthusiasm. They burn brightly at the beginning, but fizzle out at the first sign of difficulty. The world is full of such men, dreamers without endurance, talkers without tenacity. But those who achieve greatness possess an inner fire that no storm can extinguish. They fall 7 times and rise 8. They see each failure not as a signal to quit, but as a stepping stone, a course correction, a necessary lesson on the road to triumph. The difference between a man who succeeds and a man who fails is often nothing more than persistence. Not talent, not intelligence, not luck, persistence. When Charles Goodyear spent years perfecting the process of vulcanizing rubber, he faced bankruptcy, ridicule, and endless setbacks. Yet he persisted. He slept in freezing, unheated rooms. He went without food. He mortgaged his future again and again, all because he had faith in his vision and persistence in his pursuit. The world did not immediately reward him, but in the end, it could not ignore him. You must cultivate the same stubbornness of spirit. Develop the habit of finishing what you start. Let no temporary defeat rob you of your dreams. Decide right now that you will persist until you succeed, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many obstacles rise against you. There will be times when doubt creeps in, whispering that your goal is too far, too hard, too foolish. In those moments, remember this: doubt is the enemy. Starve it of your attention. Feed your faith instead. Repeat to yourself daily, I will persist until I succeed. Let that become your battle cry. Persistence is built by small acts repeated daily. When you feel tired, take one more step. When you feel discouraged, read your definite purpose again. When you feel overwhelmed, focus only on the next action, not the entire journey. Brick by brick, step by step, you build an unbreakable will. And it is that will, more than genius, more than talent, more than connections, that determines your success. Now hear this, for it is a truth that few understand. Temporary defeat is not failure. Many of the greatest victories in human history were born out of apparent defeat. When Edison sought to invent the light bulb, he endured over 10,000 failed experiments. Most would have quit after 100. Yet when asked about his failures, Edison replied, I have not failed. I have simply found 10,000 ways that do not work. Such is the attitude of the successful man. He views defeat as feedback, not finality. He views obstacles as necessary tests of his commitment. If you persist with faith burning brightly within you, you cannot fail. You may be delayed, yes. You may be challenged, yes. But you will not be denied. The universe itself bends to the will of the man who refuses to quit. Consider for a moment the oak tree. It does not grow to towering heights overnight. For years, it develops its roots deep into the earth before it ever shows its strength above ground. If you judge it too soon, you would call it barren, lifeless, a failure. But given time and the persistence to weather the storms, it becomes mighty, unshakable. You are that oak tree. Each day you persist. Each challenge you overcome. Each setback you survive. Your roots grow deeper. Your strength grows greater. And your future grows brighter. Success is not given. It is earned through faith, persistence, and an indomitable will. Now I say to you, fortify your mind with faith. Arm your spirit with persistence. Let no defeat shake your belief, and let no hardship deter your stride. The world rewards those who demand from life exactly what they want and refuse to take no for an answer. Decide today that you are such a man of faith, a man of persistence, a man destined for greatness. Your dream is not too big. Your purpose is not too distant. Your goal is not impossible. If you have the courage to believe and the persistence to endure, success is already yours. Taking action and mastering fear, the final keys to success. Now, my friends, we have spoken of definiteness of purpose. We have spoken of faith and persistence, but there remains one more critical step: action. Understand this truth. Ideas are worthless without action. Dreams, no matter how grand, remain only shadows unless you breathe life into them through your deeds. The world does not pay you for what you know. It pays you for what you do. There are millions of intelligent men sitting in obscurity because they are paralyzed by inaction. They are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But hear me well, perfection is the enemy of progress. You must act with the tools you have, where you are, and trust that you will gain better tools and greater clarity as you move forward. Action breeds confidence. Action creates momentum. Action awakens unseen forces that remain dormant while you sit in hesitation. Do not fear mistakes. Mistakes are merely the tuition you pay for wisdom. Every successful man you admire, every inventor, every entrepreneur, every leader, built his fortune atop a mountain of past mistakes. The only real failure is failing to act. Consider the story of Andrew Carnegie. He was not the wealthiest at birth. He did not have a university education, but he took bold action. He made decisions quickly and changed them slowly. He moved with confidence when others hesitated. That, my friends, is the secret rhythm of all success. Decide quickly, act boldly, adjust intelligently. Now you may ask, but what if I fail? And to that I say, good. Failure is not a monster to fear. Failure is your teacher. Failure reveals to you what does not work, so you may discover what does. Every failure brings you closer to success, provided you learn and continue moving forward. But there is a greater enemy you must confront, an enemy more dangerous than failure itself. And that enemy is fear. Fear is the invisible chain that binds the minds of men. Fear paralyzes initiative. Fear whispers in your ear that you are too small, too weak, too late. If you surrender to fear, you will live a life of quiet desperation, always wondering what could have been. But if you confront fear, if you stare it in the face and move forward anyway, you will find that fear is but a shadow, a puff of smoke that vanishes the moment you walk through it. The fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of losing love, the fear of old age, the fear of death. These are the 6 basic fears that haunt humanity, and all of them can be conquered if you master your mind. Your mind is the only thing you truly own. Guard it well. Discipline your thoughts. Refuse to entertain fears. Replace them with faith. Each time fear rises, answer it with action. Fear cannot survive in the presence of motion. If you fear public speaking, speak more. If you fear failure, fail faster. If you fear rejection, seek more opportunities to be rejected until you no longer feel its sting. The antidote to fear is courageous action. Remember this eternal truth. You become what you think about most of the time. If you dwell on fear, fear grows. If you dwell on faith and success, those qualities grow. Feed your mind the images of your desired future. Saturate your soul with the belief that success is inevitable for you. Because it is, if you act boldly and persistently. The man who masters his mind masters his destiny. You see, success is not a matter of luck. It is not a matter of circumstance. It is a matter of law, universal law. The law of cause and effect tells us for every cause there is an effect. Plant the cause, definitive purpose, faith, persistence, action, and the effect, success, must follow. It cannot be otherwise. This universe is governed by laws as fixed and immutable as the laws of gravity. If you apply the right principles consistently, you will succeed, just as surely as a stone thrown upward must return to earth. The tragedy is that most men drift. They hope, they wish, they daydream, but they never commit. They never decide. They never act with conviction. Do not be one of them. Decide today that you are done waiting. Decide that your dreams are not optional. They are your duty. You owe it to yourself, to your family, to the world, to achieve the greatness within you. There is a sleeping giant inside you, waiting to be awakened by your decision to act boldly, to persist relentlessly, to believe unshakably. You are capable of far more than you have dared to imagine. You were not born to live in fear. You were not born to live small. You were born to achieve, to create, to leave a legacy that echoes long after your time here is done. So I challenge you now, write down your definite chief aim, commit it to memory. Repeat it every morning and night. Take at least one step toward it every single day, no matter how small. Refuse to quit. Refuse to listen to fear. And one day, sooner than you think, you will wake up to find yourself living the life you once only dared to dream. Not because you were lucky, not because you were chosen, but because you chose yourself. You claimed your birthright. You acted when others hesitated. You persisted when others gave up. You believed when others doubted. And for that, the universe will reward you beyond measure. This, my friends, is the path. It is open to all, but only the bold will walk it. Which will you be? The choice is yours. Remember, success is not a matter of chance, but of choice. The universe is waiting for you to act, to believe, and to create. Now, it's your turn. Step forward boldly. Make your decision. Take action. Your future is yours to shape. Go make it happen.